Hi, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the back end of your WordPress installation with an emphasis on posting a blog post as the first thing that you would probably want to do as a beginner. So the first thing that you do is take the basic URL of the site that's been constructed for you and add onto the back of it WP admin, and that will take you into your backend login panel. Put in your username, password, login, and hey presto, here you have your WordPress backend. Now very quickly, here are your basic menu options. This is a test installation, so there's a lot of extraneous stuff here, but for the moment all we're going to be interested in is posting a blog post. And so here is your post menu. This will take you to all your posts, add new categories, post tags. We'll deal with those in a moment. So let's add a new post. Now if you've had a site constructed by me, then the odds will be strong that you've got a thesis theme installed, and this is the standard WordPress stroke thesis theme blog editing panel, post editing panel, and you can have a look around the back end, but I'm just going to take you through the fundamentals at the moment. So if you know how to use a word processing program, Word, WordPerfect or anything like that, OpenOffice, then you'll find this all fairly easy. So first thing you do is add a title. Very simple. From a search engine optimization perspective, you want to make sure your title is as descriptive as possible, because the Google crawlers, or indeed any search engine crawlers, are going to be looking first at your title as an indication of the subject matter of your post. Then you just simply start to add your content. Now you would want to pay a fair amount of attention to the headers, because there again, anything within header tags is taken notice of by search engines as indicative of the subject matter of your post. So let's start with a descriptive header. Alright. Now assuming you want to make this a header, you've got the header options here, and I usually use H3. Now if you went into the HTML panel here, you'd be able to see it in its HTML form, and you can see that it's enclosed by header tags. Very simple, and these are very important. If you need more information on that, there's a heap of information out there on blogosphere about search engine optimization of WordPress, and you'll usually find that's one of the first lessons that you would learn. Alright, so now you start adding your content. Alright, very simple. Your formatting tools up here are more or less self-explanatory. If you want it to bold, if you want it to italic, if you want it to bullet, number, block quote, justification, links, break links, page break, spell check, etc, etc, etc. If you wanted to write your post in Word or some other program and then post and cut and paste it in, usually these panels are the best way to go about doing that, because that keeps your formatting and any dodgy coding out. So that's a good thing. Now the next thing you need to consider is your custom title tag. Now this is the tag that this tag can override your main title. If, for example, you had something that would mean something to a human reader but would not necessarily mean something to the mechanical eye of a search engine robot, then you can add a more detailed title here. Your meta description is also very important. Here, a simple explanation of what the post is about. And of course, the meta keywords here. Now it's worth remembering that you need to select the words from within the body of the content, and don't add anything that isn't listed in your main content here. So don't use words that you haven't used in the main body of your post. So WordPress, obviously, post, blog, etc., etc., etc. And consider these from the point of view of what somebody would be putting into a search engine to arrive at a blog or a blog post of the subject that you're writing. So really, that's all you need to know. Now, if you want to add an image, just quickly, you go to the upload media. You can select your files select your image either from a URL from your existing media library, or, as most people would do, from your computer. And so you would navigate to where your pictures are, select a picture at random from the many that I have, and now this is quite a large image, so we're going to find that I'm going to have to reduce this on the screen, but we'll do that in a moment. So your title is quite important. And alternative text is also quite important, because if you choose not to have title, this will be the anchor that search engines will look to categorize the picture. And if you wanted to have a caption, let's just put the same thing in caption for argument's sake, then that's where you would put it. And here is the URL of the image. Now this would mean that the image is hot, and if you double clicked it, it would take you to a separate dedicated view of the image, and I usually find it's worth not having anything in there. I'd like to have the picture on the left, and full size is 2000 by 1350, and that's way too big, so I'm just going to go medium and Insta Post. Now it's worth remembering that this image may look 300 across the top, but really it still isn't, as it's stored on your server. So it's always worth making sure that your images are more or less the size that you would like them before you upload them. Categorization is very important. We'll deal with that later, but for the time being, make sure you have a relevant category. You can add new category here. Post tags. Now these are how individual groups of posts are, or how posts of similar subject matter are grouped together. So whatever the subject matter is of your post, just add a tag. You can choose from the tags that you've already used, and I haven't used any on this post, so let's just say general, and that becomes your tag, so that anybody reading the post will be able to click that and bring up an archive page of all your posts of a similar subject. General information is my categorization. If you at some future point want to use your your WordPress install as a content management system, you'll find that categorization becomes very important. But for the time being, something simple like that will work. Alright, then usually what you do in the first instance is to save a draft, and then have a quick look at what you've done. There it is. Nothing too special, but that's how it will look. And then all that, you're satisfied with the look of it, and edit it, then publish it. And now that it's published, you'll see that your permalinks are up here. I will have set your permalinks for you. And so this is the blog address, the post address. Now you can have a look at it. View post, there it is in its published form. Any editing you want to do, anything that you need done, there it is. Now just for interest's sake, there is, right at the bottom of your blog post, you'll have the tag. And if you double click that, that would bring you to all the posts that are tagged under general. Alright, so there you go. That is how to post a blog on your new WordPress install.